All right, we are back. Bert and Ted's Excellent Adventure coming to you live from Hollywood, California. Hello, Ted.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Everyone's great. Everyone just said they're great. Everyone replied to us saying they're great. Ted, tell us how your life has changed since we started the podcast.
It's been good. I've gotten a lot of, I've gotten in touch with a lot of old friends that have sort of come out of the woodwork and listened to it, and we've sort of reconnected. Alienated a few people. So I'm gonna start using initials for people too. But it's been good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's funny, blessings come from unexpected places. But as far as alienating people, I know what you mean, and that's fine. They say that you can't make an omelet without breaking eggs,
Yeah.
And, this is our fourth omelet, and, we've broken a lot of eggs, which is fine. That happens. But the adulation that we've been getting has been probably one of the biggest surprises. One of the craziest things that happened to me was I got stopped in the street the other day.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah.
I didn't hear this story yet.
Yeah, I got stopped on the street, and, basically just person said, I love your podcast, I love what you're doing, I listen to it every day, I re-listen to it every day, and that was surprising. I didn't know how they knew me.
Yeah, that's because there's not a picture.
There's no pictures, and we've made a point not to put any pictures up of us so that we can kind of maintain our anonymity, but I don't know how they figured out that it was us.
Huh. Well, maybe they heard your voice.
I was talking to myself as I was walking down the street, and so that was probably it. They probably recognized my voice, and I said, wait a minute, that's that guy who's from Bert and Ted's Excellent Adventure who, does the podcast. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah. So, anyway, we got an interesting topic today, and thank you to everyone who's been writing in at bertandted@gmail.com to request, different topics and stuff like that. And we promise that we're going to work through all of them. But today we have one that's kind of bubbled to the top that we have to address.
Gotten a few requests for iPhone apps, basically, is the topic. Recommendations, what we like, what's hot, what's not working, what's cool. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, man, and
some of these might be like Droid apps too. Like some of these are universal apps, but pretty much iPhone.
Pretty much iPhone. I don't have a Droid. I have an iPhone. So that's what I'm going to be talking about mostly. So gosh, where do we start? Where do we kick this off?
Let's go favorite current app. Let's get the most.
Right. Yeah.
Let's get in the biggest piece of the pie chart.
Let's do that.
Time wise.
Let's do that. So gosh, favorite current app. And is there a difference between favorite and most used? I don't know. I'm using. Well, I do use Facebook a fair amount on my iPhone.
I also use Facebook.
Yeah.
It just has all your Facebook info on there.
Yeah. It's still not a very good app, though. There's a lot of stuff that they could put on the iPhone app.
But what I like about it is that you can see your Facebook on the go.
Yeah.
That's something that I like to do.
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with it because I can just sit there. One of my favorite things to do is I sit on my back, like on a couch,
yeah,
and hold my iPhone above my head and just scroll through and look at Facebook. And I can do this for hours.
And you just get sort of lost in the wormholes. So you can sort of be like, it's sort of like a Wikipedia wormhole, but it's less productive. It's like things start popping in your head, like, who was my best friend in second grade? Like, are they on Facebook? Are they searchable? If they're not popping up, can I go to someone who I know is a mutual friend and maybe find them that way? Like, are they married with a kid now? Like, keep going through those wormholes.
Yeah. Friends of friends
just
of
covering
friends.
all the sort of like, yeah.
You know what is my weakness, man? It's the mutual friends thing. I'm fascinated by you know, it's such a small world type phenomenon. Like there are some random connections. There are some random, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon stuff going on. But I digress. That's not my favorite one. It's merely one that I use often. My favorite one is probably my dual road to fitness team of applications, which is Lose It, which is the one where you write down what you eat, and then I pair that with Runkeeper, and Runkeeper is pretty amazing. Lately, as you know, it does the GPS and you just say start an activity, and it can map you down to what side of the street you're running on.
It's a GPS tracker for running.
Right.
Mileage, time.
Mileage, pace, time, distance, elevation.
And before you start an outdoor run, you just hit start, throw it in your pocket.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the only the only drawback is that you have to have your iPhone with you.
Yeah,
which
and I use that
heavy.
too, and I like it. It's
Lately, what I've been using with Runkeeper is the audio cues. Like what you can do is you can make up your own. You can make up your own workout and say,
"Work harder, you lazy. You are running slow, loser."
Yeah, no, I downloaded you can choose 2 different voices. One's like the sexy positive voice, and then one's like the kind of bitchy.
Sexual positive robot British chick who uses negative reinforcement, or like kindly uncle.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey. Wow.
Take it easy, man.
Hey man, why don't you just do another lap?
Yeah. One more lap and then go call today.
Or you are running slowly, Bertrand.
You fat fuck. You are a total loser.
You need to work harder, Bertrand.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually like that voice. It actually gets me mad, but and it motivates me. But you can like make up your own workout and say I want to go. I want to go 1 mile slow, and then I want to go 1 mile fast. And then you can also have it tell you like every couple minutes or whatever. Like,
and how does that work with the music? So you're listening to music through your iPhone.
Yeah.
You're blasting away. Just
you can choose
out.
a playlist in.
You're rocking out,
yeah.
and then it'll go silent, or
it'll play over. The voice will play over. The music will kind of be turned down for a minute while it talks to you.
See, what I do is I don't even have that much music on my iPhone. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of music. I have a lot of videos. Like TV shows, movies, a lot of media. I use 140 gig iPod Classic.
Okay.
So
you don't even listen. See, I just started.
I'll put like 2 albums, like 2 go-to albums if I'm ever stuck and I don't have my iPod and I want to listen to something.
Yeah.
I have like, Springsteen live in Portland 2002 at the Rose Garden live. And I had some like Simpsons season 8 on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't keep music on my iPhone for a long time, but I just recently put it on there.
I like the click wheel. I like buttons. I don't like the touch. I can't feel a touch screen when I'm running.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I use the.
How do you next track it?
That's a pain in the ass. If you take it out, you can.
Well, I hold my iPod when I run.
See, I can't do that because the thing is, I run. I generate so much intensity when I run. Yeah. I run so fast.
You're doing like Usain Bolt shit. Like,
exactly.
Your hands are like razors that are just cutting the wind, and if an iPod's in there, it's just gonna it'll throw off your body. So it's almost like trying to row with one paddle.
One time it was hilarious. I was
like
going around in a fucking circle.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I was going around like a 3 foot diameter circle when
it's like if there was like a precise vessel and like a 200-mile-an-hour like Bonneville Flats race car and someone tapes a nickel to one side of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna fucking go off course.
Yeah.
So that's
you understand.
Yeah.
You understand what it's like being me. I mean, yeah. So
okay, so Lose It, cool. That has a scanner too, right?
Yes.
This is basically Lose It. It's to track everything you eat. So you can enter in sort of basic things like mashed potatoes, and they'll say how many ounces and blah blah blah.
Yep.
Or you can now there's a scanner thing on it.
Yes, it'll scan the barcode, and it's pretty trippy, dude. This is like
And that works with Lunchables, right?
yes, it worked. No, I
saw that.
Yeah, we were at the farmers market the other day. I brought my lunch because I wanted to bring my lunch, and then I whipped out the Lose It, started up Lose It, did add a food,
Yeah.
I did lunch, scanned barcode, boop, got it instantly. Now the only caveat is it's not always accurate, and it doesn't always have it. But I'd say probably 2/3 of the time it has it, which is decent.
Okay.
It's getting better, but.
So those sound like good ones, yeah.
But those are boring apps. So I don't. So I'll try and think of something.
I'm gonna whip out some fun ones that I've been using. Instagram I've been pretty into. That's it's pretty popular. I'm not really giving anyone a big pointer here by saying
photo sharing.
Yeah, it's sort of like Twitter, but you take a photo and it has fun filters on it. You're out and about. You follow people. Just a feed of photos.
Mm-hmm.
I would get on that. My buddy Ashton actually runs. What he does, he's pretty into it. He takes pictures in Hipstamatic with one filter and runs it through a second filter after he uploads it. The pictures can look pretty cool, so that's fun. I downloaded FIFA 2012, a little soccer video game. It's pretty fun. Been playing a season with the Portland Timbers. Go Timbers. Another good one is My Horse. This was I found this in the top 25. And this is basically a game where you take care of a horse, and it's called My Horse, and I'm pulling it up right now, and you sort of pick the name and color of your horse. Mine's brown, and I named it Henry Boy, and you sort of get to take care of it all through the mundane. I think it's probably a good lesson for young kids that want horses. You do all the mundane stuff. There's one option where you groom it, and then there's another one where you have to feed it, and then you have to mix the oats and barley, and then you stir it up a little bit.
Wow.
And then you feed it to him, and then you pet his nose and give him a carrot, and then you let him run around the stables a little bit, and then you put him back in the paddock and groom him again, and then it's pretty good. You can also take a picture of it, and I don't know what the end game is. I don't know if I'm racing him eventually. But
is there do you gain levels? Do you go on adventures?
It's sort of like a POV thing, and he's coming over to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little button that pops up where I can give him a carrot, which I'm doing. But that cost me,
carrot points.
Yeah. That one's kind of fun in an ironic way, or something, or.
It's pretty
good.
fascinating that they would actually make an app like that, but
It's pretty popular.
and even more so that it's popular.
It's sort of like a My Pet Rock, or it's sort of like when in high school we were given those animatronic babies to take care of that would cry at strange times.
Yeah, how creepy was that?
And it was sort of before that. I think the generation before that did the sack of flour.
God, that's so creepy.
Isn't
that weird? They were doing that in middle school. I remember someone had to do it in middle school.
The sack of flour, the animatronic baby.
The sack of flour. Maybe that was just a weird punishment. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be some things that are lost. I think you're going to train a kid to take care of a sack of flour, and they're going to know where they can throw it, and how they can tape it up, and they're going to apply these sort of things to a baby, and not all of them sort of translate.
Yeah. You can't make pancakes out of.
Yeah, if it splits open and you have water and 2 eggs, you're not gonna get pancakes.
I want pancakes.
Me too.
Which I feel like one of our listeners should come over and make us pancakes.
Let's just do an experiment. I'm gonna type pancake into the App Store and see if there's a cool simulating making pancakes.
Perfect. This is live. This is live, people.
Yeah, there's a live search. What's another fun one you like?
Fun one. Let's see here. Gosh. The Songify is good. We can give that a little test. That's pretty fun. It's made by these cats that do the cats that do the funny online YouTube videos. So we can do
the bed intruder.
Bad Intruder.
They're
And
like
all
called
that stuff,
Schmo Yo-Yo or something.
Yeah.
So
So
those guys are funny, man.
So we can do like, what the fuck are you doing, bitch? Motherfucker, get the fuck out my face. And then so I can play that back. And
What the fuck are you doing, bitch? Motherfucker, get the fuck out my face. Motherfucker, get the fuck out my face. What the fuck are you doing, bitch? What the fuck are you doing, bitch? Motherfucker, get the fuck out my face. Motherfucker, get the fuck out my face.
So that, it kind of like makes a song like a T-Pain or vocal, what do they call that? Auto-tune?
Auto-tune.
Auto-tune, yeah. So Auto-tune's not as big as it once was. What was it, like a year or year and a half ago? It was like huge. Was it 09?
Probably 4 years ago when T-Pain did I'm in Love with the Stripper was its pinnacle for me.
Right.
For 5 years.
But then it's but that was when it was still. I mean, it was cool when T-Pain did it, and then it like during the successive like year or two, it like completely saturated everything to where everything was auto-tuned, and then everyone was making fun of it. So then it was like ironic auto-tuning, and now like no one auto-tunes at all.
Wow. So look, I found a free app called Pancakes,
Okay.
and it has 7 ratings, average being 3 of 5. And it's called Pancake as a game of how you can cook delicious pancakes. We cook a lot of delicious pancakes. How to play within the time limit or compete for a delicious pancake, how many burn? I think the creator's name is Yuichi Kinoshita.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there could be some when I started it, it's spelled loading with no A. I think that there are some like language barrier problems. But basically it has sort of a pan. And you can adjust the. I recommend anyone to download this.
What's it called again?
It's called Pancakes.
Oh, that's a simple name.
And what you do is
Remember.
basically it's a video game where it's simply a pan, and you hit start, and the pan goes onto the stove, and you can adjust how hot the stove is.
Jesus.
You drag it to the right, and it's hotter. To the left, it's like a gas burner.
This is amazing.
And then what you do is the griddle is broken up into 7 circles, each for a pancake. And if you tap one circle, batter shows up.
Okay.
And it's cooking. It's been on for 3 seconds. I flip it right at the right time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I did game end. And sort of your score is broken down to total, bad, and good. And if you leave it on the griddle too long, you get a bad score.
It'll burn, right?
Yeah, but you get a good score. See, that's too light. So I'm gonna tap it again and get a little bit on the other side. All right.
Can you do multiple pancakes?
Yeah.
At one time?
Yeah, and that's like sort of more advanced play. So I'm gonna leave these all on. And I'm gonna flip them as I put them on. Like that's pretty good.
That was pretty good. That one's golden brown.
I'm gonna double tap it to get out of there. Boom. Oh, that one's black.
This game looks easy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're getting some
No.
burned ones. Oh man,
So that one's fun.
man, you could that's hours of gameplay right there, man.
Yeah.
That's great for the airport. For if you're stuck in church.
I want to recommend something too for. There's a lot of classic books and book apps
Okay.
of all the stuff that's in public domain, and they're pretty good. Like there's one called Books and there's one called Classic Books, and they have a lot of good public domain books. But the format of reading them is not ideal. So what I like to do is if there's a book you like that's in public domain that you want to get, you just know the particular title. Download it and look for the the Beam It Down iFlow app. So I have Dorian Gray and the Count of Monte Cristo. So just search for that, and it just
It's called Beam It Down.
yeah. And what you can do is you tilt your iPhone, and it scrolls for you.
Okay.
And it just everything looks good on it. It's clean. Yeah, and so it does an automatic scroll, and as you tip your iPhone, it speeds up or slows down.
Okay.
So that's the Beam It Down iFlow format for whatever. I don't know how many public domain books they do, but They have a good Dorian Gray and a good Count of Monte Cristo. I've got a good Shakespeare app that has everything on there. Google Books, free books. Something called Book Reader. Also, I have the Netflix app, which is fun. I think a lot of people have that. Don't need to tell them about that.
They have the new thing called iTunes U. Have you seen this? Just came out about a month ago.
The
It's like
the podcast of the lectures, right?
basically, yeah. But it's now it's its own application, whereas before it was just through iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like its own like application. You can like download all this stuff from like the world's best universities and stuff like that. I haven't really tried it out, but
It's kind of cool. I listened to when it was just via iTunes, like in the iTunes U category. I listened to like Intro to Greek Civilization, like taught at Yale, like by this guy Donald Kagan, and just listened to the semester of it, and it was pretty good. You know, It was informative. They did a good job recording it. You know, you just sit there. It's like an audiobook, and then the guy sort of.
yeah.
It's kind of funny because it's like there's that sort of stuff they do in the bookends that not important to you because it's actually like a real lecture. The recordings they're just
Like my office hours.
yeah, my
or
off hours are this or like it's sunny out here today. Like blah blah.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Well, I mean, can't they just edit that out?
Yeah, I don't know.
That pisses me off.
They likely could.
I watched one or two of those like a while ago, and I was like, wow, I forgot how boring college lectures were, dude. Because they stretch it out so much. It's not very dense. You know what I mean?
I mean,
either that or it's too dense. And then you're completely lost.
They can be a good way to get some information with
I disagree.
sort of sitting there.
Yeah, I disagree completely.
You don't have to go through the legwork of reading. You just sort of listen to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's also a good drum kit app.
Okay. Can we turn that up a little bit?
Let's see here. Oh, speaking of app recommendations, I was in the Apple Store.
Symbol? That's a symbol. There's a crash. Snare crash. Tom.
Bass. Boom,
Kick
boom,
drum.
boom, boom.
Nice.
Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
I want you, please take me home. Yeah, yeah. Paradise City. Great song.
So I'm in the Apple Store the other day. I'm actually getting my phone swapped out because the volume stopped working.
That's a different podcast.
And someone else who's in the Genius Bar, like another patron, goes to one of the quote-unquote geniuses and goes, what's out there that's good? What kind of app should I get? And this guy goes, have you heard of Find My Car? And the patron's like, not really. And he's like, basically, you get out of your car, you go to your Find My Car app, you hit the button, it drops a pin where you parked. Afterwards, it takes you, like a GPS walks you to your car by just showing you the map and everything, exactly where your car is, right? The customer goes, yeah, I'm not really losing my car that much. And the guy's like, well, yeah, I go out in Venice a lot, and it's hard to park down there, and I'm usually going out drinking, and like the more I drink, the harder it is to find my car. So the guy's basically talking about like getting wasted and driving, and he's like, yeah, man, like I'll just come out of the bar and I'll drop a pin and stop in my car, and I'll be ready to rock. Like it saved my ass a few times. I'm like, find your car is like the least of your worries if you're habitually. Well, I guess that's probably one of the top ones, but.
Well, actually probably better if he didn't find his car.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're drunk enough to not know where you parked,
if there's
you probably
danger,
shouldn't be driving.
Yeah, if there's danger if you're not finding your car, then that's sort of like a litmus test of not.
Yeah. By the way, it's stupid anyway because you can just go to Maps and say drop a pin anyway.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean? That's already. You can already drop a pin anyway, so you don't need an app to let you drop a pin.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
I mean, Shit. Anyway, I just look it up at the street sign anyway and just write down where I am anyway.
That's.
I mean, there's a million ways. You don't need this.
There's another way
application.
where you look up in the street sign and you just go, okay, I parked at Jefferson, and then you just sort of make sure that's sort of.
Exactly. It's like.
Or you look around for large landmarks.
All right, so going off of my theme of boring applications that give me a that help me continue my lifelong struggle to be productive and effective in my life. There's this one called Eat That Frog, which is from a guy that you introduced me to, Brian Tracy, who's a motivational speaker or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool guy. But it's called Eat That Frog, and what it does is it's a productivity app, and what you do is you write down. It's basically a to-do list, but you can only have one task active at any one time, and what the idea is.
It's a fly that the frog's trying to eat.
No, it's kind of a random kind of source for the title, but the title comes from a Mark Twain quote apparently, where he said that if you have to eat a frog, and then if you have to eat a frog, you should just do it first thing in the morning, and then the rest of the day nothing will seem that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
So
like
the
that.
idea is, pick the one thing that you know how if you have something to do, like something big to do, you'll kind of like you'll do everything but do it, like procrastinate.
Laundry.
Exactly. So like so if you wanted to get laundry done, you in the Eat That Frog app, you'd put down laundry as your frog, eat the frog.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's the first thing you do. So then that's at the top of your list. You do that. You don't put it off.
And you can't do anything else until that's done.
That's
basically.
the idea. That's the idea.
And then what happens when you do that? Do you pick a new frog?
Then you get to eat the frog, and then you pick a new frog. Yeah.
And then does it like become the frog later that day, or does it wait until the next day?
It becomes a new frog instantly.
Instantly. So okay.
But I've actually.
So you can eat 2 frogs in one day.
You can eat. There's really no limit. The only limit is your human productivity. But I've used it, and I have to say that it actually does work.
Okay.
Because then I don't think about it. I'm like, let's say there's something I've been putting off, right? And I know I have to do it. I feel like there'll be days sometimes where I will have one thing I know I need to get done, and I won't do it, and then I go to bed feeling kind of empty and like I've avoided something. But
Sad.
Like sad,
And
yeah.
lonely.
Sad and lonely, and just there's lots of feelings associated with that. But hopeless,
Distressed.
distressed, nervous,
World weary.
world weary. Yes,
Heartbroken.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. So, but the times when I've done it, man, it feels really good because it is like the frog quote, like Twain said. It's like, man, if I get the one thing I've been avoiding done, everything else doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, that's true. It's like a prioritized.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes I feel like, for me at least, I'll put off rather than tackling the most important thing. I'll put off the most important thing for some reason. But whereas if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I reverse it, then suddenly this huge weight is lifted from my shoulders. So
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good one. I
But
mean,
I've
I
only
feel
done
like
it
when I
like 2 or 3 times.
make to-do list, I feel like once I get in, it's like brainstorming. For me, a to-do list is like brainstorming. So once I get flowing, I'll have more than is probably I'll start with the 6 things I knew I actually need to get done, and I'll be like, you know what? Now that I'm cruising on this to-do list, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and it's just I'll have to-do lists that I can functionally throw away when half of them are crossed off because the other ones are sort of just
yeah, like bonus round stuff.
yeah, when I'm going on a trip, there's a lot of hard things that need to get done, right?
Right.
I need to pack something. I need to get my passport. Blah, blah, blah.
Shuttle.
Yeah. You can just cross those out and they're going to get done. There's other ones that are sort of floating out in the ether that you kind of want to get done.
Restock your iPod with fresh music.
Yeah, it's a harmonica app.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, you actually blow into the side of it.
Screen door slams. Mary's
Let me-
just sweet.
Let me actually try to put this into F, and then I'll try to we'll try to do Thunder Road here.
Live concert.
Yeah.
This is live, people. We did not rehearse this.
So this is a harmonica app, and then you basically.
What's it called?
Harmonica, I think.
Okay, it's called harmonica.
So you press one button to go. Wait.
Screen door slams.
Wait, so.
The screen door slams.
I'm having problems with it because you can't really. It doesn't know when you're inhaling, and you get a different note in a harmonica when you inhale. So it's not really. I'm not really great at it. I don't practice it a lot. It's fine.
The screen door slams.
Classic song.
Mary's dress
Oh
waves.
yeah, are you trying to get Shazam to recognize you're singing? Like it won't do it.
The screen door
Oh, you're sonifying.
slams.
Nice.
Classic song. Classic song. The screen door slams. Mary's dress
Are you
waves.
Shazam guy?
The screen door slams.
Am I a Shazam guy? Yes, I don't use it enough. But when I'm in you know where I use it? When I'm shopping. When I'm in a store and they're playing a song.
Or like the Olive Garden or Soup Plantation. Because they play good music, and a lot of times it's stuff that's just under the radar, because they play like good indie stuff.
Yeah. Where?
Especially Soup Plantation.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was I? They were playing really good music. Where was
Target?
Nah, I don't know.
Shakey's Pizza.
No.
Strip Club. Seventh
Oh,
Veil.
you know where they play good music, dude?
Seventh Veil on Sunset.
Seventh Veil. Well, I would hope the strip club would play good music.
Oh,
That's
okay.
kind of a big part of it. I mean, they're not going to play easy listening. You know what plays really good music? 99 Cent Store.
Yeah, they
I
do.
mean, it is awesome there, dude.
Yeah. The one on La Brea?
The one on La Brea.
Yeah, they do like a lot of good, I feel like early 90s sort of like, in the vein of Wilson Phillips, but
Yeah. I mean, they'll do that.
like the stuff that was on the radio at that time that didn't stand the test of time, but still was good. Like a good example might be like In the House of Stone Alive by Martin Page from 1995.
Great example. Example. This was yesterday, and they were doing this Donna Wilson song. You know that song?
I love
you, always forever near. God, what a great song!
You've got
What a cute song.
the
Love it.
most beautiful
Yeah.
brown eyes
Amazing.
I've ever seen.
But one time it was early in the morning.
Always forever.
I love it. It's so cute. It's so bouncy. What a bouncy song.
Was that from 95 too? I feel like that came
Around
out
there.
around the time like Desiree, You Gotta Be came out.
Around there.
I used Shazam to do a Jackson Brown song I probably should have known, but I didn't know at the
Which
time.
one was it?
Boulevard by Jackson Brown. I'm listening to 100.3
Okay.
The Sound, like my favorite station in LA. Check it out, guys. Great album rock.
Album rock.
Coming at you. Album. Anyway, they were playing. It was clearly Jackson Brown's voice. It was a good medium tempo rocker.
Okay.
And I'm driving, and I just Shazam it, and I'm like, boom, Boulevard by Jackson Brown. So,
Forget about it.
yeah.
Yeah, I was in 99 Cent Store, and it was like first thing in the morning. It was like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. when they opened. It was just me and the people who were stocking the shelves. And for some reason, they had the 70s like easy listening stuff like cranked up, and it was stuff I hadn't heard before.
Like A Horse Without a Name by America.
Like that. But it was this female voice singing, and I forgot to Shazam it. But like it was blasting, and it was like I started to break down. It was this beautiful song, and the fluorescent lights were bright, and I was just barely awake, and I was all alone in the
It's a
99 Cent
magical
Store.
place. It can be like it's sort of a.
It is a magical place. I go there almost every day.
It's sort of like getting on stepping onto a freshly watered, green ballpark in the morning.
That's exactly what it's like. Yeah, I don't know if they have the 99-cent stores. I think every town has a dollar store. I think they're slightly different. I think in Portland they're called Dollar Tree or something, or Grocery Outlet.
They're all good. They're all worth getting into.
Yeah.
Um,
So what else? Let's see. I have a police radio application, which is pretty
very
fun.
cool. Very cool.
Sometimes I'll put that I'll put that on my nightstand and just when I'm going to sleep and be put to sleep by the dulcet tones of our city's police force.
Yeah, the boys in blue, keeping it, you know. Another thing about noise and police is there's a lot of helicopters.
Oh my God, that's
There's a lot of there's a lot of people running through alleys in our neighborhood, I imagine, with like dogs behind them and like black and white helicopters at 4 a.m. Like, and I feel like the helicopters aren't very efficient, or they're like rounding up like lots of guys in the gang. Like, it's like 2 hours. They're just beating away on the chopper. It's like, at what point are you like, all right, let's go back to the station, get back to the drawing board? Like, you know, he's probably in something now that we can't see with the chopper. He's probably in a fucking, dog. I don't know where he is, but like, park the chopper.
I gotta. Yes, there are some times when seems like they've been up there for a long time, but I don't know. I feel like they actually do a pretty good job. Like, not the. I feel like just the chopper is effective. You know what I mean?
I mean, you'd know better. You're the police scanner. I have zero way of knowing. Like, have you ever heard of the police scanner? Like, chopper found the guy. Calling the chopper.
But I feel
We're
like
good.
I feel like even if they don't get it, I feel like it's also like a psychological thing against the perpetrator. If you're on the run and you hear
And
a
there's
chopper
choppers
up there
above you,
with that spotlight going down,
You're like, this is some serious shit.
yeah, it's pretty. I would be freaked out. You know, I think that's a pretty, because if it's all dark and everyone else is on foot, I feel like you got.
And then like
you're feeling like
foot cops casually telling you to stop, and you're kind of like, I don't want to stop.
Yeah,
The chopper comes down, you're like, all right, they're serious.
Yeah, dude, I'd be freaked out if there was a chopper, dude. Another thing is, over on Hollywood Boulevard, this was a couple months ago, I read a news story. I don't know if I told you this. There's a kid with one of those green laser pointers over on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, really?
Okay, and he's shining it up at a police chopper. Okay. They're able to get this guy in his apartment. A couple minutes later, they apprehend him, arrest him, and he's arrested and charges were filed and they took it really seriously. I mean, that's pretty interesting that you're able to find some dude on foot who was shining a laser beam up at you from Hollywood Boulevard.
That's crazy, yeah.
I mean, so put that in your anti-helicopter pipe and smoke it.
All right. Fair enough.
You know, so I just want.
That's pretty good.
Can we just agree that you're gonna give the choppers another chance until you and I?
Yeah,
hold on. Until you and I get a ride, we do a ride along in a police chopper at night on a real mission.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Okay.
See, StubHub is a favorite app.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tickets.
Remember when we tried to fucking buy tickets?
That was broken.
Yeah, it does
once.
not work.
It was broken once.
Have you bought tickets? Have you bought tickets?
No, I
iPhone?
checked tickets and
Yeah,
then
you
actually
check tickets. There's a big difference.
Fandango, I checked movie times on it. It's not
Have you
bad.
bought tickets?
Not via Fandango. I use a Merriam-Webster dictionary.
By the way, who uses the compass feature? Are you for real? What is this? 1833?
Yeah, when you're in an outdoor situation, it's helpful. I've used it on a hike.
I haven't been outdoors in. I can't even remember.
I use Chase Banking. That's where I, deposit things and whatever, and do general banking. In general, I don't like Chase, but
I use USAA.
That's another story.
That's another podcast.
I have an IMDb app I don't love. I like to go into the IMDb through the Safari.
Yeah, IMDb.
Vivo's not a bad app if you want to like watch current music videos. VEVO, they're the ones that if you go to YouTube and watch like a mainstream music video, a lot of times it goes to like a co-branded Vivo site.
All right.
I have something called Crackle, which has like streaming free movies.
I have that. I've never used it though. Someone told me to get it, so I
I think I told you about that. Yeah, I have a mirror app that uses the same thing as if you just reverse your phone if you want to like look at yourself.
A mirror app?
I have a Funny or Die app.
Okay.
I've watched some videos on it. It seems
Yeah,
to work
it's not
fairly
bad.
well. I have eBay and I have eBay Selling. I always thought the eBay Selling app was cool because you can scan the barcode and they'll just pull it up. I have a White House app for some reason.
What the hell is that?
Whitehouse.gov. I think you get to little news. Yeah, you just go to it and there's news and video and oh yeah, I think there's like a camera where you can just sort of see what's going on there. Oh yeah, there's a live feature
Of the White House bathroom? Or is that White House bathroom app?
No, that's different. Yeah, that's separate. That's a separate app.
Okay.
My interview with the president.
You know what? You know what's a really cool thing that I have? It's just called radio, and it's like $1, and there's all these radio stations you can get. Like for example, like there's like talk radio. There's like I do this one, and it's worldwide too. By the way, worldwide.
That's tight.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I listen to Irish radio a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, man, because it's really interesting how they talk.
They have cool accents. They
Yeah.
talk like Colin Farrell,
Yeah.
who's cool.
And their economy's in the shithole right now. And they have these really weird commercials. Their advertisements are hilarious.
What kind of music do they listen? They
It's
listen.
all talk. It's all talk.
Oh, it's talk. But I feel like they listen to a lot of probably British and American rock and roll. U2, the band's from there.
Are they Irish?
Yeah, they're Irish.
I want to go to Ireland.
I'm pretty cool with Irish people. Like Colin Farrell's cool, Oscar Wilde's cool. U2 has some great songs, generally overrated. Thin Lizzy's cool.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm pretty like.
In the longest ever Grand Slam final. For News Talk Sport, I'm Philip Egan.
News Talk Weather
Wow.
with Crown
That's
Paints.
cool.
200 years of knowledge and experience in every drop. Crown. It's not just paint, it's
It'd be cool.
personal.
It'd be
Cloudy
cool
and
to
misty
discover
today.
some.
It'll be cold over the north and east with persistent rain through East Ulster and some eastern coastal counties of Leinster. Dry spells elsewhere at first with some patchy drizzle and fog. The rain will become more widespread during the day and will be heavy at times.
It's pretty on the
Top
nose
temperatures
Irish.
I know. They're talking about drizzle and fog and like.
It's super Irish.
God, but how sexy is that accent? God.
Yeah, I feel like she's wearing like a white sweater.
Yeah, tweed skirt.
Like, what's jumping in my mind is an Irish Spring commercial, and not
Yes,
not like a
yes.
stereotype type, typical way or anything like. But I feel like that's pretty accurate. Rolling moors,
Yeah.
like I had a friend who went there, Dar Caldwell, shout out, Cornell buddy, who went there, and he described the women there as not a lot of hot ones, but a lot of cute ones.
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of sort of Jenna Fisher looking girls over there. Like, oh, yeah, like okay. All
Like
right.
cozy.
Yeah.
Like snuggle worthy.
Yeah.
Have some, coffee, stoke
Yeah.
up the fire,
Yeah, sure.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Stay in for the night.
Yeah, yeah. B&B, bed and breakfast.
Yeah, maybe play a board game.
It's a lot like the movie Local Hero, Peter Reichert. I feel like that was Scotland.
A lot like it.
I feel like it's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, that's one of my secret fantasies, to go to Ireland and then meet a girl there.
I feel like it's a lot of girls' fantasy. There's been a lot of rom-coms of like an American guy going over to, or an American girl going over to Ireland or something.
Really?
There was Maid of Honor.
Yes.
There's Leap Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a short list.
Oh boy. All right, so we're wrapping up here. I'm getting the signal from our producer. Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, hey Jerry, what's up, man? So yeah, that's about all I got. Netflix is pretty cool. I don't know if they're gonna change that, but for now, it's pretty cool that you can watch movies on your iPhone. I like that. Photography, I use Camera Bag. It's just a lot of filters. Pretty cool. Let's see. You already covered the reading applications.
There's a cool one called Toon Camera that turns your stuff into like a scanner darkly looking, like it turns a picture into sort of a cool cartoon.
That's pretty cool.
I got Camera Plus, which is supposed to like improve your normal camera. It's only like $1. It got pretty good reviews.
Did it work?
I can't tell. I can't tell the difference with my naked eye. I haven't really looked at it too much.
So this is kind of cool. Just my parting shot is going to be something called Google Translate. So I'm going to type it. I'm just going to use my voice recognition to do a phrase and then try and get it into Chinese here. So let's see this.
Mandarin?
Get your hands off my butt. So we're going to see if we can, and then so it translate this, and then you can just type the button and it should say it here.
我的比心好心好心好下车你的手。
And that sounds right from my limited knowledge in Mandarin.
好心好下车你的手。
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
correct because I remember, yes.
What? Yeah.
Whenever I'm in a Chinese restaurant and I'm flirting with the waitress, I get that a lot.
Yeah. Ni hao ma means hello.
So I would say ni hao, and then so I would say ni hao, and then you say
Ma.
ni hao ma.
Yeah, we don't need to team up to say hello, but
Well, when one
phrase.
person says ni hao, and then the other person says ni hao ma. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Because I took a Rosetta Stone class for one episode.
Okay, cool.
I also took a Rosetta Stone episode. I downloaded British English.
Nice.
I aced it, dude. It
they like to
gave me a real sense of satisfaction.
Throw the letter U into words.
Yeah, I do. Favor, color,
Yeah.
petrol.
So my takeaway is going to be jump on this pancake app.
Okay.
Jump on My Horse. Grab that one.
Can you link them? Can you make the pancakes and give them to your horse? Or is
No, but in your mind you can sort of be like, oh, look, I'm going to go in. Like in your mind you can bridge it by being like, look, I'm going to go into the cabin, and then you pull up your app.
after chilling
You
with
make a
your
bunch
horse?
of apps, and then you like close that app, and you in your mind you go, all right, I'm gonna walk out to the paddock, and see what Henry boy's up to. Maybe feed him a carrot, and then wait, maybe the pancakes are burning, so close,
Better get in there.
close
I'll
that
be
app.
right back, Henry.
You can live an entire life on your iPhone,
I've tried,
and
and I'm still trying.
like you can live like a sim life, basically.
Someone should do that. Someone should do a documentary, like a Morgan Spurlock kind of documentary about living your whole life on an iPhone.
Yeah, you could do it.
What were you gonna try? You're gonna try some kind of documentary.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot a doc where I try to go without internet for 30 days.
You should. That would be really interesting.
Super.
Do you think you could do it?
I don't think I can do
Honestly?
it. I don't think I can do it. I think the doc is going to show that though. It's a doc. Like I don't know what's going to happen.
No. Have you ever? I was just talking about this with someone. You ever like seen like a making of a documentary, or like have interviews with people who made the doc? Like the best documentaries are ones where they're like, this turned out completely different than what we thought, or we didn't know how it was. We didn't know how it was going to end up. Exactly. We went in wanting to shoot, a sock factory thing.
But what waited for us that day, none of us were prepared for.
Yeah. And it completely shifts, and there's all these interesting things, and then those are the ones that win the awards.
Yeah. And
Those are the ones.
I don't know if none of my Facebook friends that have posted recently have been without internet for 30 days.
What do you think would be? Question. What do you think would be the one that break the? What do you think would be the factor that just you can't that ruins it for you? Like you could probably go without Facebook. You can go without checking basketball scores. But what's the one that is gonna break?
What's going to break me probably is email or online banking.
Yeah.
If I need to move some stocks around, if I need to put some monies in other places, that's I'm gonna want to do that. And I think that email is just like there's things that you can miss that you think are like that could be important.
Like what?
In 30, it's like a friend forwards you like a good job lead.
Let's assume that finances are taken care of. So in other words, you don't have to worry about job. You don't have to worry about paying bills. Somehow you've arranged
No,
to have that.
fine. It's like a cool career opportunity. Like someone, I've gotten some good reads on a script. Like,
We're talking about real life, then. I mean, you like
via Gmail. Yeah, these are real life things. Yeah, this is not me like cheating. Like, I think I would call people in my circles and inform them that anything important needs to be a phone call.
Yeah. So couldn't you do that?
Well, I'm gonna be doing that. Like me like going the whole like first 20 minutes of the doc is me shutting it down. It's getting people on the phone.
Like kind of. So once you did that, I mean, once you did all the precautions, I mean.
Part of me would be a haunting suspicion that I still got like some sort of semi-important, interesting email, and me really want to. I like checking my email.
So it's more of a psychological than a practical thing. Like it's not like something's gonna happen to your life.
I don't think there's gonna. Yeah, I don't think there's. I think I can actually do it. Probably, I think I could probably actually do it. I'm saying the one thing that would break me. I think that was the topic. The one thing that would break me would me just being like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna just go sneak off and check my email." Because I don't think there's something else that's gonna like come down the pike where it's gonna be like.
Well, then check this out. Then and this is interesting. There has to be a motivation for you to go without, to not break down. So what we got to do is we got to do a Kickstarter. We got to do a Kickstarter and say, listen, $10,000. We need $10,000 as to put in a pot. To put in a pot and to have to put in the money pot.
That takes away from like the sort of like the filmmaker sort of like.
Well, then, but you just said how.
I'm saying I'm answering your question. If anything's going to break me, it's going to be that. I'm motivated for discovery. Like it's like saying like, hey, Jacques Cousteau, like you're gonna go into like the Galapagos and stay there for 3 years, and you're gonna discover stuff. If you end up breaking and going back, what's it gonna be? He'd probably, he'd be like, I want to see my daughter. He could probably still pull off the 3 years at the Galapagos completely like isolated, right?
Yeah.
And still wants to, and still has intrinsic motivation to do it, to discover it for his, his craft or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, ultimately that'd probably be stronger motivation. But you know what would be cool, dude? Check this out. I have a really cool story, and this is the producer. This is the producer speaking.
Okay.
And me. This is the producer and me speaking. And I know you're not supposed to do this on documentaries, but I have a cool idea for the ending. You end up doing it successfully. There's a struggle. There's a huge struggle.
And my life's better for it?
You almost go crazy, but at the end, yes, you've at the end your life is better. B, you've learned something profound. C, this is the kicker. You never use the internet again.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Of your own volition.
Yeah,
You say,
I don't like it.
I've discovered I've lived more in this past month than I have since the advent of fucking computers in my life, and now I never want to use a computer again.
Yeah, and that's what I hope. And I hope it's going to either be like a Yes Man, the Jim Carrey vehicle. I think it's going to be like that, where it's like, whoa, like I'm going out and like I'm gonna be buying pornographic magazines for the first time in 10 years. Like I'm gonna be reading. I'm gonna have newsprint on my hands. I'm gonna be making phone calls. Like all that. Like, I'm going to be living life.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was
I'm going to know people at the newsstand, Yeah. I'm going to be living my life.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like that. Or I think it's going to be like the opposite, where it's like all these Blair Witch style shots of me being like shaky and like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I think there will be I think that'll come within within weeks 2 and 3.
Yeah. I'm going to be broken.
There's going to be withdrawals.
I'm going to break through.
No, it'll be easy at first.
Yeah.
Then there'll be hardcore withdrawals.
Yeah.
Hardcore withdrawals.
I'm scratching myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're
going to be freaking out. And you're going to do a lot. You're going to pick up some weird hobbies, or you're going to go back to some hobbies that you'd lost.
Yeah.
Or whatever like that.
Some of them will be good. Some of them will be bad.
Oh yeah. Some of them. Yeah. Exactly. But reminds me of this.
Look up the old wristwatch. My allowed use clocks. I don't know the rules.
The old wristwatch. And then you become like this vigilante who goes around and breaks other people's computers.
Yeah. That's like Doc 2.
Yeah.
That's like the second Doc.
But this reminds me of there's a short story which has always haunted me. You know how there's
The lottery?
No, that's a great one though. That's a good. That's what I was supposed to say. You know, there's some short stories. Short stories have an amazing capacity to haunt you because they often deal with one simple idea.
Yeah, they're pared down to the
Yeah.
Especially dystopian short stories.
So this is about two people, okay? Two gentlemen in the 19th century, okay? And one of them bets the other one that he can't stay in a cabin, in a one-room cabin for 15 years, okay? Without any kind of human contact, without going outside, okay? And if he does, and if he does, then he gets like a huge sum of money at the end of the 15 years. If he doesn't get any of the money, okay? And so the guy starts to go crazy, right? Throughout the thing. But what he does is he can get books and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so he has books brought to him and he has food brought to him, right? So that's part of the thing. At the end of the 15 years, it's so trippy what he does. Man, I can't remember how it ends. Either he goes out or he doesn't go out. I think it's by Chekhov. I think Chekhov is the guy who wrote it, I think. But it has this crazy ending where he either forfeits all the money or he decides to stay in the thing and never leave or something like that. And he like writes this like trippy letter to like the guy. And he's like, I've found more freedom within this room than I ever could have found like outside or something like that. And then he forfeits the money or something like that. Anyway, I can't remember exactly the name of the story. I think it's by Anton Chekhov. I think it's called The Bet.
Okay, cool. Sounds trippy and cool.
It's really trippy, dude. It's one of those things. It's like, how could someone do that? You know, how could someone?
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of one of the original Twilight episodes that I saw, and they had these sort of short vignette type things. And one of them was there was a sort of like a bookish recluse guy who kind of like wanted to like be alone in the library his whole life. And then, like, he's in the library, or something happens where, like, the world gets zapped, and it's, he looks around, and he's super happy, like, it's, like, post-apocalyptic stuff, and, like, everyone's gone, he has all his books, and he's like, my precious books, now I have all the time in the world to read alone without people bothering me, and there's this trippy, like, poetically sad thing where his glasses fall off, and he's looking for them, and he steps on them. And then it just ends, and it's just like he's there with all his books alone, and he can't see.
That's crazy. He steps on his glasses?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, so I found this. Okay, so I gotta give myself props. I remembered it. Check it out. It's called The Bet. Okay? It's by Anton Chekhov. Okay, and actually it is 15 years. Okay, so check this out. It's a story by Anton Chekhov about a banker and a young lawyer. They make a bet with each other about whether the death penalty is better or worse than life in prison. Okay, interesting start. Okay, as the story opens, the banker is recalling the occasion of the bet 15 years before. Guests at a party that he is hosting that day fell into a discussion of capital punishment. The banker argued that capital punishment is more humane than life imprisonment, while the young lawyer disagreed, insisting that he would choose life in prison rather than death. Okay. So the bet was on, okay, between the lawyer and the banker, and the lawyer cast himself into isolation for 15 years. They agreed to a bet of 2 million rubles that the lawyer could not spend 15 years in solitary confinement. Okay, The man spends his time in confinement reading books, playing piano, writing, studying, and in the meantime, the banker's fortune declines, and he realizes that if he loses, paying off the bet will leave him impoverished. The day before the 15-year period concludes, the banker resolves to kill the lawyer so as not to owe him money. However, the banker finds a note written by the lawyer. The note declares that in his time in confinement, he learned to despise material goods for the fleeting things they are. Therefore, to demonstrate his contempt, he intends to leave confinement 5 minutes prior to when the bet would be up, thus losing the bet and unwittingly saving his own life.
Wow.
Pretty awesome, huh?
That's trippy.
Yeah, it's really trippy. I always love stories where people give up what they were looking for originally, because in their journey they've realized what's really important, kind of. And so what they first started out to get and want, they don't want anymore, so they give it up for something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's kind of there's kind of the trippy sort of it's almost like the prisoner's dilemma thing, and it's sort of the outcome is based on what the other person does, sort of like in the way it's different, but it's like the gift of the magi. You know, it's like because this what one person did something, the other person did something, like it changes the whole sort of play. So to speak.
Dude, gift of the magi is the bomb, dude. That's gotta be. I mean, some people might dismiss it as being too cutesy.
It's pretty good.
It's amazing, dude.
It's nice.
That's O. Henry, by the way. I'm sure people know that, but all right. So we're coming up on the end. Ted, you got something else to add?
I'm good, man.
Okay, well, gosh, this has been a lot of fun. This is our longest podcast yet. We're over the hour mark. Pretty impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you've made it this far, kudos.
Exactly.
Go download some apps.
Yeah, go download some apps.
Earn yourself an app.
You've unlocked an app. You've unlocked an app. We should make a Bert and Ted's Excellent Adventure app. That'd be
It just
pretty
goes
cool.
to that and streams it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So that's in the works. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time. Thanks for bearing with us as we get our online things sorted out. We're have a YouTube channel now. It's called Bert and Ted. Simply Bert and Ted, all spelled out. You can also email us at bertandted@gmail.com. So email us with questions, compliments, threats, date requests, whatever. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Ted,
See you guys.
peace.